That's bad.
That's probably good. Hey, hey. That's good. There's a motor back there.
Good.
We got Jack Black in the house. Got the fuel cell up in the bed, waiting on a couple fittings for it. Man, I love this truck. What?
Turn around this way off the moonwalk.
God dang silly. Alright. You come back, it'll be Turbo LS swapped.
I ain't gonna be gone that long.
Oh, it ain't gonna take long. I got most of the shit laying around.
Pro charger.
Yeah, you know, Pro Charge LS. Got that aluminum 5.3 sitting back there on the stand. Stab that thing in it real quick. All right, we made it inside just in time. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it is coming down pretty good. So like you just saw, we do have Jack Black in the house. We're going to be upgrading a few things on it, making a few changes, trying to improve it, and hopefully drop a few more pounds off the nose of this truck. Bow. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but Jack Black got this big old boy in here. Get you covered back up for now. So there's a few things that I'm going to try and do while it's over here. One of those things was supposed to be the cage. Now, we ordered just a pretty basic mild steel 8-point cage, or roll bar if you've read the article from Chad Reynolds where he specifies if it doesn't have these forward bars, it's not a cage, it's a roll bar. And I guess he's kind of right, because it would just be the main hoop, the door bars, the rear kicker bars, and these like inner kicker bars. So yeah, I guess technically it would be a roll bar, not a roll cage like is in the Starfire here where it has the full forward A-pillar bars and the dash bar and all that. Now luckily most of that's shown up, but arguably the most important piece of that hasn't shown up yet, the main hoop. So for now what I'm going to try to do is just continue improving what we have and upgrade a couple little things, including this radiator here. That's a pretty big radiator. Now, big blocks make a lot of heat, no secret about that, but this is basically at this point a drag truck. It's not full interior anymore. It's not going to get cruised down to the grocery store very often anymore. I mean, on a whim, might still take it down the road, but for the most part, this thing's just drag truck. So we don't need all this radiator. Now that is where the people at Alloy Works come in. They reached out wanting to work together, and I said, hey, we're doing this. This would be a perfect opportunity, and they said, heck yeah, man, let us send you something. So they hooked us up with this pretty gnarly little unit. This is actually a Jeep V8 swap radiator. So you can see it's all aluminum, has a nice shroud, pretty big old fan. It does come with the relay kit in that bag there. It is a pretty darn girthy boy, 3-inch core, a nice billet aluminum cap, which is pretty sweet. And surprisingly, it's not very heavy. This is 25 pounds maybe. So I'll have the link for this in the description below if anybody else wants to get it, along with a discount code. So go check that out if you need a radiator or fans or shrouds or anything else they have to offer. And I'm gonna start with getting this thing pulled the heck out of here. It has just now come to my attention that I think he put actual coolant in this thing. Everything else he just put straight water in. If I had known he put coolant in that, I would have drained it into a thing to save it. That sucks. That's alright. They don't want you to run coolant at the tracks anyways. I know this thing still had a little bit of coolant in it, but man, this thing is way heavier than I thought. Holy crap. Still sounds like there's a little bit in it. Alright. Look at all this room we got. Tons of room. Gobs of room. Heaps of room. So, we will pick up all the random bolts that we find. We will probably try to favor the radiator to the passenger side a little bit. See if we can balance the weight a touch. Huh. I wonder if this truck was in an accident. I never noticed all these stickers under here. Certified part, 9903. Might have been. Wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, let's set the radiator in there and see how it looks. I don't know if we'll be needing these support bars, to be honest. I mean, this is all stamped shit. It's pretty strong. So I'll probably pull those out. Just, you know, save a couple extra ounces. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that this thing is close to 10 pounds lighter than that other one. Right there, it's still getting full flow. This hose will line up perfectly. Let's check this one. Oops. I think this one, if I spin it. Oh yeah. Yeah, this one will work great too. I'll just lop it off here and it'll go right into it. So that's awesome. We don't even need new hoses, which I didn't think we would, but you know, there's always a chance. So this cap is up here, which should clear, but if it doesn't, I could always notch the bottom there and drop it down a little bit. So let me do that to hold the rad in place. I think one thing I don't like about this radiator is this is pinched, but for what we're doing, it should be okay. You can see right through here. Oh yeah, we got tons of room. Tons of room. So far this is looking pretty easy. Yeah, it sits right up in this pocket. There's at least an inch of gap there. So yeah, this is perfect. Perfect. And then you can see right there where it meets against it. So there's nothing blocking the airflow. Or I could probably do a... Yeah, I'll probably just do an L bracket off of that. This one I can basically just screw right to the thing. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then the transmission lines, I don't think... I would be surprised. Those definitely don't look the same. So I can just cut the transmission lines and flare them and just run a small rubber hose. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. We'll be done in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. got the radiator mounted, which was actually surprisingly easy. I'll show you in a second. Got both radiator hoses on. I'm about to do the wiring, which is going to be pretty simple. I'm not going to hook up that relay because luckily we already ran it through a relay last time. So all I got to do is just splice these to a spade connector to just plug into these, and we're pretty much good to go. I will have to cut and flare the transmission lines for a new rubber hose to just slip onto these. No reason to make more work for myself here, I think. But yeah, check this out. I don't know if you can see, but it's moving the whole truck. This thing is held in with one self-tapper, albeit it is a fairly large self-tapper. It's a 3/8 head. I think it's a number 8, 1 inch. But yeah, that's the only thing actually holding this in here. The bottom is set in the tray at the bottom. But yeah, the radiator itself is like all 1/8 inch like aluminum plate TIG welded together. So there's not any flex in it. I bet I could, yeah, you see that? Rolling the whole truck, just pushing the radiator. So I'm not worried about that at all. I was going to make a whole other bracket to come off here or one to like elbow over here. I don't think it's needed, so I'm not going to do it. So like I said, radiator hoses are on, both upper and lower. The lower one seems a tad tight over there, but it doesn't look like it's kinking it at all. Like it's just a kind of tight radius, so I don't think it will be an issue. If it does become an issue later on, then I'll redo that. Might be able to cut some off up here to kind of pull it in. But yeah, aside from that, this thing is pretty much all installed. Like I said, all I have left to do is just cut these, crimp on some spade connectors. See, this goes back to when I rewired the Starfire, how I ran separate colors for everything. This has the ground and the power, both this reddish pink. So luckily they're both going to be spade connected, so I can just, if it's the wrong way, I can swap it and call it good. So I'm going to wire that real quick and then we'll hit the switch and fingers crossed it works. Alright, got it wired. Let's hit the switch. Okay. Was it this one? Hopefully it's going the right way. It is. That thing's moving some air. Yeah, I can feel it pulling back here. Yeah, it's not bad. Sweet. Dunzo. Alright, I gotta tell you guys, I thought this was gonna be a whole lot more of a project than it was. I thought this was gonna be like all afternoon, cutting, fabbing some pieces to make it fit where I wanted, but it turns out this thing's basically bolt in. So it is all in there. I'm gonna go back through and file these edges and clean it up a little bit just so that we don't cut our fingers, but yeah, got this thing all in here. It is bolted in, like I showed you. It is secure. It's all wired up, got the training lines on, hoses on. The only thing left to do is fill it up with some RIP coolant. Yeah, this, she done. And it looks damn good too. It looks damn good. Gotta be honest. I'm legitimately impressed. And like I said, I think that this thing, I didn't put them on the scales or anything like that, but just by picking it up, this one feels like it's probably about 10 pounds lighter than the old Radiator. I think the fluid capacity might be about the same because this one's got a really thick core, so it can probably hold a lot of coolant or a lot of water. So if nothing else, we dropped about 10 pounds off the front, and we have a much better Radiator, and we freed up some space if we ever need to put anything else here, you know, like a turbo. So there are a few more things I got to do with the truck, but those will be in future videos, like, you know, maybe a bullhorn off the sides. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and clicking that bell. I'll see you next time.